Howdy peeps, Monomahus here, speaking to you from stately Monomahus Manor. Breakfast Nook. This is the midpoint in Lent, and if you're like me, you probably are struggling. I know I am. And I need help every now and then. Prayer and fasting are important components of help. But I find that there are certain other avenues that we can look for that help us along our Lenten journey. One of mine is the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king. If you saw the movie Gladiator, he was played by Richard Harris. Played well, if I might add. He wrote some profound thoughts. Even though he was a pagan, he had a very orthodox demeanor, if you don't mind me saying so. I'd like to read a few passages to kind of give you an idea. I heartily recommend reading this book. I think every educated man and woman should read this book at least once in their lives. Okay, he begins by listing all the people that he's grateful to. From my grandfather Verus, I learned good morals and the government of my temper. From the reputation and remembrance of my father, modesty and a manly character. His father died before he was born. From my mother, piety and beneficence and abstinence, not only from evil deeds, but even from evil thoughts, and further simplicity in my way of living, far removed from the habits of the rich. He goes on to list other people's. I won't bore you, but here's some that stand out. From Apollonius I learned freedom of will and undeviating steadiness of purpose, and to look to nothing else, not even for a moment, except to reason, and to always be the same, even in sharp pains. From Alexander the grammarian, to refrain from fault finding, and be not reproachful to those who speak in a barbarous fashion. In other words, be tolerant. Be understanding, if you can. That's in book 1. Book 2, he says, begin the morning by saying to yourself, I shall meet with the busybody, the ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, unsocial. All these things happen to them by reason of their ignorance of what is good and evil. But I, who have seen the nature of the good, that it is beautiful, and of the bad, that it is ugly, and the nature of him who does wrong, that it is akin to me, not only of the same blood or seed, but that it participate in the same intelligence and the same portion of the divinity. In other words, be merciful, even to those who vex you, because the image of God is still in them. Aurelius was a Stoic, and they believed in the spark of divinity, what we Christians call the image of God. Since it is possible that you might depart from this life this very moment, regulate every act and thought accordingly. That's pretty powerful. Even if you are going to live 3,000 years, and even 10,000 times that, still remember that no man loses any life other than that which he now lives, nor lives any other life than that which he now loses. Pretty powerful. In human life, it is but an instant, and the substance of it a flux, and the perception dull, and the composition of the whole body subject to putrefaction, and the soul a whirl, and fortune hard to divine, and fame a thing devoid of certainty. And to say all in a word, everything that belongs to the body is a stream, and that which belongs to the soul is a dream and vapor, and life is a warfare and a stranger's sojourn, and after fame is oblivion. What then can guide a man? One thing and only one, philosophy. Here's a pagan, but there's lots of wisdom there. Now I want to read to you something from a book that I'm reading right now. It's called The Tales of the Conchardi Hills. It's a very good book. somewhat religious. Anyway, there's a character named Joe and an abbot. And Joe is a seeker, and the abbot is an abbot. Okay. The abbot asks Joe this question. Your young friend makes me think of a prayer I read some time ago. It was from the Civil War, from your Civil War. The abbot is not an American. It is called the Prayer of a Confederate Soldier. Are you familiar with it? No, Joe answered. Let me recite it to you. I believe it applies to your young pilgrim. They're talking about a third person. Here it is. I asked God for strength that I might achieve. I was made weak that I might learn humbly to obey. I asked for health that I might do great things. I was given infirmity that I might do better things. I asked for riches that I might be happy. I was given poverty that I might be wise. I asked for power that I might have the praise of men. I was given weakness that I might feel the need for God. I asked for all things that I might enjoy life. I was given life that I might enjoy all things. I got nothing that I asked for, but everything I hoped for. Almost, despite myself, my unspoken prayers were answered. I am among all men most richly blessed. Well, I pray that you all have a blessed Lent. And if you're struggling, repair to the scriptures. Go to services if you can. Read the meditations. Love one another. Pax vobiscum. Adios.